Hey guys, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. Enzo Fernandez saga continues and it's international now. Everybody is talking about it in every single continent. And it doesn't look good for Chelsea Football Club. It doesn't look good for Argentina national team and Argentina as a country. I've been making few videos in the last few days, but I decided this time to go with Argentina fans' perspective, what they think about the whole situation. Many of them are educated differently. They can say things that can be offensive to other countries, but just because they are close to a certain culture, they see it as a normal thing. So I thought, let me just show you what somebody from Argentina who is not biased, who got immigrant parent and grandparent, who was born in Argentina, to tell you the story and everything about Argentina. So it's gonna be a reaction video, but I'm not gonna react that much because he explains everything correctly and we have to give him some power. When you tell the truth like this, people will hate you. His own people are hating on him right now. You're not gonna get anything. So what we're gonna do is, you go there, you subscribe to his channel, you tell him that I sent you over there to help him because he's an honest young man and he deserves more subs, more followers, because it's not easy to be honest in this business. People are gonna hate you just because you don't tell people what they wanna hear. Let's go.
This is a disgrace. I wanted to start off this video by saying that so that the words that I say after don't get ill-interpreted. I love my country. I love to be Argentinian. I love Argentina. I love this team. I love these players. I don't know these players to a personal level to know this, but from what I've seen, I can tell that they are good people and that this single moment does not define them and that it's unfair to judge them off of this single moment. This is still inexcusable. I wanted to go off that. I don't think you can define these players off of this single moment. There is no excuse for this, and this should be punished. There is no room for racism in football. And by singing chants like this, you are showing yourself to be extremely uneducated, and you continue to give a bad image to a country that is already perceived in a negative way around the world. And it's the few moments like this that at times make me feel ashamed of Argentina, which I think is a great country that sadly has a lot of stupid people in it. I wanted to record this video without a script and just going off of my thoughts so that it was actually genuine. So that is what I'm doing here, addressing this situation that, dare I say, I think it's extremely unfair that we are focusing so much on Enzo Fernandez just because it was his live stream, because it was basically the entire team going off of this chant, and you can hear it on the recording as well. So I don't want to single out Enzo Fernandez on this one. I think that this is a problem of the entire team and that everyone should take accountability for it. Because this goes beyond racism and xenophobia. It's about the lack of education in the Argentine people about other parts of the world and about our own country as well. What makes you Argentine, it's a very vague term. Like, there is no single definition of being Argentine besides just living here in Argentina. Argentina is almost in its entirety a country of immigrants. My great-grandfather was Italian, and on the side of my grandmother, it was German. Her last name is Schneider, for crying out loud. On the side of my grandmother, her grandparent was also German, a German Jew. And Jews are a whole different topic. I know that Argentina here has a huge Jew population, but I know that in football pitches as well here in Argentina there are anti-Semitic chants. You know, they wear weird hats, they came to invade the country, go back to Israel, you know who you are. So I myself, I'm a descendant of immigrants and I have all different kinds of blood inside my veins. And yet I am Argentine because my parents were born and raised here, I was born and raised here. And that's what defines my nationality. By singing stuff like this, like they are all from Angola, your father is Nigerian, your mom is from Cameroon, and stuff like that, you are showing yourself to be extremely uneducated, because 99 or even more % of the national team in France is born and raised in France. And if that doesn't make you French, I don't understand what it does. And
all right, so I'm not going to comment too much, like I said, because the guy is explaining everything. But I want to go a little bit on some YouTube channels, social media account that made it like, oh, are you ashamed of your origin? Your country is Africa. If you were born in the United States and you are not American, and then what makes you American? And those people been saying, you are ashamed of your origin, and because Balotelli said that, because such African big account or players say this and that, they're taking everything out of context to validate their racism and validate their mindset toward black people. Because you're not gonna see them say Griezmann is from Germany, Theo Hernandez and Lucas Hernandez are from Spain, their parents are from there. They're not going to sing that, but they're going to sing about Africa because Africa is associated with jungle, diseases, not developed, all kind of bad things happen in Africa. So being from Africa is, for many people, a big insult, and referring to that is hiding racism behind this stupidity.
I'm so extremely disappointed that this came out, but I'm also extremely confused as to how it even happened. Like, this was after a Copa America win. France isn't even in this tournament. Why are we referring to France on this one? The players didn't sing that, at least to my knowledge, during the celebrations after the Qatar World Cup, where we beat France in the final. So why is it coming out now? Like, that is the part that's make me so confused. Like, why are the players even singing this? Besides, like, all the obviously wrong reasons. And like I was saying, this paints a very negative image of Argentina, which is already labeled as a very racist country out there. Now, the reason why people say this is because the black population in Argentina is extremely low. In fact, less than 1% of Argentines are black people. And of course, a lot of people have given their arguments as to why this is the case, because in the mid-19th century, the black population in Argentina was around a third of the population. So the question that everybody asks themselves is, where did all these black people go? People have pointed out that we forced them to enlist into the military and then send them to die in the front lines of the Paraguay War, or that they died in the epidemic of the yellow fever in 1870, or that they were straight up massacred. Now, this is all false. In fact, in the entirety of the Paraguay War, there were only 2 battalions of black people. If you know how military works, an army is composed of divisions, which is composed of regiments, which is composed of battalions. 2 battalions is like a minuscule amount of people in an army. So no, black people were not sent to the Paraguay War in extremely exaggerated amounts to forcefully wipe them all out. And they also didn't die in a disproportionate way to the white population during the yellow fever epidemic. The explanation as to where all the black people in Argentina went is that they actually didn't go anywhere. They simply got outnumbered during the immigration of millions of poor white European immigrants during the late 19th century and early 20th century. Was this based off of a racist politic? Yes. Domingo Faustino Sarmiento, the president at the time, was definitely a very racist person, And in an attempt to widen the country, he on purpose chose people from Europe to come to the country. His initial intention was to bring rich people from the United States, the United Kingdom and France. In the end, the country was flooded with Polish, Russians, Spanish and especially Italians. And then those white immigrants mixed up with the black population, and as a result of that, now in Argentina there is a very big mixed race population who don't get counted into the black population surveys. So no, there was no genocide of black people here in Argentina. There was, however, a genocide on indigenous people. This is not a history lesson, but you have to know that it happened, and it's a very bad stain in the history of this country. The Native Americans were almost entirely wiped out here in the country. But now, is Argentina actually a racist country? Yes, it is, but just as much as almost every other country on earth. In fact, Argentina abolished slavery in 1813 before it was even an independent country, and made it a constitutional amendment in 1853 when we finally stopped having civil wars. Argentina has given refuge not only to people from Europe but from South America as well. A huge population of Peruvians, Bolivians, Paraguayans, Venezuelans have come to Argentina and are calling it their new home. And Argentina are giving those people all of the benefits. People from neighboring countries even cross the border to receive attention at the hospitals since we have public health care. On the opposite side of the spectrum, there have been multiple Argentinians who have died at the doors of hospitals in Bolivia after they were neglected attention. So yes, Argentina has a lot of racist people. I don't want to hear again that we are the only country in South America that is racist, or people from the US, the UK, Spain telling us that we are racist. Look within your own borders first, and then when you have solved your own issues, come criticize us. Now, I derailed a lot from the actual situation at hand, which is this chant. And I really thought that this...
Yeah, so as you can tell, the guy is a mix. Like, he's from everywhere, you know? He got the blood from pretty much all over the world. He was born over there in Argentina, and he understands better than anybody else. And he's intelligent enough to take the hit and say, you know what, I'm going to tell the truth no matter what. Because when you talk about this kind of issues about your country, you are the guy to kill. And I want us right now to go, the link in the description down below, watch that video until the end, and then subscribe to his channel. Tell him that I sent you over there, because he deserves to be praised. This is the kind of content creators that we need in the world of sport and even in general, because what is happening is people are checking out on their pocket. They try not to tell the truth, or they will say, oh no, I don't want to go too far in this one, I have to be kind of in the middle, try to avoid the topic being there for almost 3 days. I was the only guy on YouTube that started making videos, and I got the hit that you can't imagine how much hate that I got just because I brought it on the table. Even Chelsea fans, oh, you are not supposed to say that because he's a Chelsea player. I'm not calling Enzo Fernandez racist, but he's ignorant, and the culture over there in his country is about discriminating people in one way or another without knowing it. That is very dangerous. And the kids are watching on TV or on social media. They are role models. So you are making a new generation of people who will hate black people, who will grow up with this kind of mindset toward certain people, certain religions, or certain sexual orientation. So we have to be very careful, because these people represent the future of the world tomorrow. So I'm not gonna put the entire video here, but I want you to go there and watch the rest of the video and judge for yourself. And for people who've been making theories and saying that they should be proud of their countries, shame on you, because you are brainwashed. You don't understand anything. You just copy paste what the media told you, and you have some kind of racism inside you that you don't know because you think this is normal and it's not.